The action begins in 1952nd year in a small provincial town in the state of Pennsylvania. A young boy named Mike Shea dreams of leaving the close confines of provincial life and moving to California with his girlfriend Brenda Carlucci. They plan to start a new life on the West Coast, hoping for better opportunities and freedom. One morning, Mike prepares to leave and Brenda, for some reason, unexpectedly drives off without him, leaving the car with the engine running. Mike is left alone and makes the decision to hit the road without her. He gets in the car and begins the long drive to California. On the way, Mike witnesses an accident. A car with a woman and 2 children falls into a river. Without thinking, he rushes to their aid and manages to pull them out of the water. However, during the rescue, he himself gets into a dangerous situation, drowns and loses consciousness. Suddenly, Mike finds himself in an unusual place in heaven. There he is met by his Aunt Lisa, who explains to him that he is now in the waiting area of a place between life and death, where the rules and laws are different from those on Earth. Mike is told that he may be looking for someone he knew on Earth. During his time in heaven, Mike meets Annie Packard, a celestial guide who is supposed to help souls on Earth and beyond. An instant mutual liking develops between them. Their relationship develops quickly and soon they decide to play a wedding, which symbolizes their unity. However, it turns out that Annie has a completely different status. She has not yet lived on Earth, and in order to gain her wings and fully become a celestial entity, she must first undergo tests on Earth. Annie is forced to postpone her wedding and go to her first Earth incarnation, where she will have to settle into a human body for a while and go through a life she has not yet experienced. Mike despairs at the separation and the impossibility of keeping their love alive. But heavenly forces, in the person of Emmett Humbert, a man with orange hair and a cigarette, offer him a deal. Mike can return to Earth for 30 years to try to find Annie. However, there is a condition: neither he nor she will remember each other in this new incarnation. So begins a new phase of Mike's life. He is reborn as a new man named Elmo. At the same time, Annie incarnates into a girl named Ellie, who calls her imaginary friend Mike from childhood. Ellie grows up and becomes a grown woman, gets married, and even writes a book where the main character is Mike, a character born out of her memories and fantasies. Her marriage doesn't work out, her husband leaves her, and Ellie is left alone, immersed in her thoughts and memories. Despite having no memories of her past incarnation, she continues to feel an inner connection to Mike. Meanwhile, Elmo, the new incarnation of Mike, lives an ordinary life. He unknowingly wastes his time with no definite purpose. When Elmo reaches the age of 28, Emmett visits him, reminding him of his true mission and the need to find Annie. He reminds Elmo that he must discover his purpose. One day, Elmo faces disappointment. He is deceived by a woman. At this point, he is walking down the road reflecting on his life. Later, he gets his hands on Ellie's book, which becomes an important symbol linking their destinies and the course of further events. Elmo meets his real parents, to whom he hitchhiked. They turn out to be kind and understanding people who buy him a trumpet, a musical instrument that will become a symbol and a means of self-expression for him. This event launches Elmo's career in music. He begins to write songs, achieving success. Eventually, he creates a hit song called "We Never Danced," the title of which corresponds to one of Annie's last words to Mike in heaven. In the final scene of the movie, Elmo, who has already reached the age of 30, meets Ellie on the street. The long-awaited moment of meeting occurs between them, their gazes crossing, which symbolizes the beginning of a new chapter in their relationship. Two souls whose destinies have been intertwined through time and space finally find each other again, despite the trials that have separated them over the years.